Okay, Buddha says that there are two things that govern the world. Is Hiri and Ottappa, or we call Ottappa. So usually we translate Hiri as moral shame, and Ottappa as moral dread or fear, moral fear. Fear of doing wrong things, and Hiri is to being ashamed of doing unwholesome things. But these are the two things actually govern the world, because people behave well as long as they have Hiri Ottappa. But in Buddhism we really regard these two things as very positive qualities, and therefore we really have to distinguish between Hiri Ottappa and Kukkuccaa, which we have as a hindrance. So in the five hindrances we have what we call Kukkuccaa, which means the guilt, which means the what we call remorse. So Hiri and Ottappa should be different from remorse and guilt. So the Kukkuccaa is something we should overcome. Remorse is not considered in Buddhism as a positive thing. In most of other religious practices, repenting and remorse is considered as a positive thing. But at least in Pali Buddhist teachings, remorse does not really help us much. But that doesn't mean that we should not, we should not forget all what we have done. That is why we had to have Hiri and Ottappa. So it's a completely different concept. So Hiri and Ottappa means that we have this moral shame and moral dread before we do things. And we should have this, it could be kind of conscience, but kind of more kind of mindfulness and more kind of preparedness that we develop beforehand. But once you have done something wrong, and we should not develop remorse, and of course we should reflect on this, and then we can have a determination not to repeat it. But Hiri and Ottappa should be something that we should develop before we do any bad things. So it could be a kind of idea that it is not suitable for a for a person, such a human being as me, to do such a unwholesome thing. And I am a human being born in this world as a rare opportunity. It is not worthy for me to do such a thing. And it should be that kind of we can call it shame, but not really shame, but that kind of awareness, that kind of value that you give to human life. And then if you believe in the karma, and we are responsible for what we do, so have that sense of responsibility is the Ottappa. So the Hiri could means the value that we give to our human life, and the Ottappa, it means the responsibility that we are aware of our actions. So moral shame and moral dread. But it's very different from remorse.